Hey everyone. This is my first time posting here, and I honestly don't know if I'm overthinking or just finally opening my eyes. My wife, Emily, F31, and I, M34, have been married for 5 years. No kids, we both agreed early on we wanted time to travel and focus on our careers. I work in IT, and she's in marketing, so we're both pretty busy most days. For the first few years, things were honestly good, not perfect, but we had fun, traveled, went to concerts, hosted dinner parties. You get the picture. But lately, she's been different. It started small. She began snapping at me for trivial things, like how I fold towels or how I chew. Then came the silent treatments, rolling her eyes, the constant comparison of me to other men who get it. I kept thinking maybe I was being too sensitive or maybe she was stressed from work, but it's been nearly 6 months of this. Anytime I try to talk things out, she blows up or gaslights me, saying I'm making things up or being dramatic. What really got me was the sudden obsession with her phone. She used to leave it lying around. Now, it's glued to her hand. She even takes it into the shower. And God forbid I so much as glance at her screen. Instant screaming match. A few weeks ago, I overheard her talking softly in the kitchen late at night. She hung up the second I walked in and said it was just her friend Jenna from college. I didn't push. Maybe I should've. This post is just the beginning. There's so much more to unpack, and I'm not sure where to draw the line between insecurity and actual betrayal. But I have this knot in my gut, and I can't shake it. Should I be worried? So, I started paying more attention. Not snooping, just observing. Emily's behavior isn't just distant anymore. It's cold. She's been going out more, claiming it's girl time with her old friends or just some drinks after work, but she never used to go out like this. Not so often. Not looking that dressed up. Last Friday, she left around 7 p.m. said she was going to her friend Lila's apartment for wine and Netflix. I said, cool, say hi for me. She rolled her eyes and slammed the door. That's her now. Constant edge. I decided not to sit at home and overthink, so I went out with my buddy Tom for a drink. Around 10:30 p.m., I texted her. Everything okay? Want me to pick you up? She didn't answer until 1:12 a.m. Don't wait up. Sleeping at Lila's. We drank too much. Love you. But here's where it gets weird. Saturday morning, she came home wearing different earrings than the ones she left in. I noticed because I had actually bought her the first pair for her birthday. She brushed it off, said she just changed her mind at Lila's and used a backup pair she had in her purse. Okay, but since when does she carry backup earrings? That same night, I heard her whispering again in the kitchen. I stayed quiet in bed. A name slipped out. Jason. That's her ex. Her one that got away ex. The one she used to cry about when we first dated. She said he broke her heart but that she'd moved on. She even said he was toxic and a narcissist. So why the hell is she talking to him at 1 a.m. in the kitchen? I didn't confront her yet. Not because I'm scared, but because I want to be sure. I'm going to dig a little deeper before I say anything. I don't want to be that guy who accuses his wife without proof. But I feel something's coming. And it's not going to be good. So, after that weird night when she mentioned Jason, I couldn't shake the feeling. Something was off, and I needed answers. Emily's always been protective of her phone lately, but she left it charging in the bathroom while she was blow-drying her hair. I shouldn't have done it, but I picked it up. Her phone was locked. Obviously. But here's the thing, years ago, she once joked that if I ever wanted to get into her stuff, just try Jason 123 because she used to be obsessed with him in college. Well, it still worked. My heart was pounding. My hands were shaking. I didn't know what I expected, maybe some old messages, some dumb nostalgia. But no. The first thing I saw was a chat thread labeled with a fire emoji and the name Jay. It wasn't innocent. Not even close. Scrolling through the messages was like being stabbed in slow motion. She told him she missed his touch, said she never stopped loving him, and even called me her boring roommate she's legally stuck with. The worst part? She sent a photo. Not nude. Worse. It was the two of them. In a restaurant. Candlelight. Holding hands. It was from last week, the same night she said she was drinking wine with Lila. My vision blurred. I put the phone back exactly where I found it and left the room. She didn't suspect a thing. She kissed me goodnight. And I couldn't sleep a second. So now I know. She's cheating. With her ex. And lying straight to my face every single day. But here's the thing, I'm not blowing up just yet. I'm going to wait. Watch. And then I'll decide how to burn this down properly. Because if she's playing games, so am I. After finding those messages with Jay, I knew she was meeting up with Jason. But I didn't say anything. I wanted proof, the kind that can't be gaslight or explained away. So last night, she told me she was going out again. Lila and the girls. Spa night. I smiled. Said have fun. Even helped her pick out her earrings, the ones she wears when she wants to feel sexy. But the second she walked out, I grabbed my keys and followed her. She didn't go anywhere near Lila's. She drove straight to a hotel downtown. Not even a subtle one. I parked across the street and waited, heart in my throat. And then, 20 minutes later, he showed up. Jason. Tall, smug, leather jacket, exactly how she used to describe him when she still pretended to hate him. They hugged like lovers. Not old friends. Full body, arms around her waist. She laughed. Touched his chest. They walked inside together, hand in hand. I waited an hour. 2. I wasn't going to sit there all night like some sad movie character. I wanted her to see me. So I waited near the side exit, right by the parking garage. At 12:17 a.m., they came out. She looked messy. Her lipstick was smeared. He looked proud. I stepped out of the shadows. She froze. Lila's spa night, huh? I said. Her face went pale, then red. She shoved Jason away and stormed toward me, screaming. You followed me? You don't trust me? You're insane. Insane. She was caught, and I was the insane one. Jason stood back, arms crossed, smirking like the bastard he is. Emily kept yelling, calling me controlling, paranoid, insecure. I didn't say a word. I just pulled out my phone and showed her a photo I took of them holding hands by the entrance. She slapped it out of my hand. I deserve to be happy, she yelled. You never understood me like he does. That was it. I got in my car and drove home. Changed the locks. Sent her a text. Divorce papers coming. Pack your things when I'm at work. I haven't heard from her since. But I know this is only the beginning. So after I texted her about the divorce papers, she didn't reply. Not right away. But the next day? She showed up at our house at noon. Banging on the door. Screaming. I was on a Zoom call for work, and had to mute mid-sentence as she shrieked. You're throwing away 5 years over one mistake? I didn't open the door. I told her through the Ring doorbell that her stuff would be in bags on the porch by 6 p.m. and she should not come inside. Cue full hysterics. You're punishing me because I was lonely? You were never there for me emotionally. He was there when you weren't. Not one apology. Not a single ounce of remorse. Just deflection, guilt-tripping, and classic gaslighting. Then came the final twist of the knife. She said, if you divorce me, I'll make sure everyone knows how controlling and unstable you are. Good luck keeping your job when I'm done talking. So now she's threatening me. And just like that, I realized something, she's not just a cheater. She's a manipulator. A narcissist who doesn't care about truth, only control. I've already talked to a lawyer. Got everything documented, texts, the hotel photo, the audio of her screaming threats outside. I'm playing it smart now. No fights. No emotional texts. Just strategy. She wants to ruin my peace? She has no idea what she's up against. After our blow-up, she started contacting mutual friends. People from our wedding. Our old travel group. Her mission? Turn everyone against me. She told them I was controlling. That I tracked her location, never did. That I was emotionally abusive and disconnected from reality. She even told one of our friends that I'd forced her to stay married even though she was unhappy. I'll be honest, it worked for a while. A few people ghosted me. One sent me a man-to-man message saying I should own up to my mistakes. But here's where karma kicked in. Lila, yes, the friend she claimed to be staying with that night, called me. She was furious. Apparently, Emily dragged her name through the mud, saying Lila covered for her all those nights. Lila had no idea. She never agreed to lie. And once she found out the whole hotel story, she flipped. She messaged half of our friend group and set the record straight. And just like that, the house of cards started collapsing. People who ghosted me started texting again. Apologies. I didn't know. She lied to all of us. Even her sister, who was always Team Emily, said she had no idea it was this bad and offered to testify if things went to court. Emily, of course, didn't take this well. She sent me a wall of texts, accusing me of sabotaging her friendships and destroying her life out of spite. No, Emily. You did that all by yourself. I haven't responded. The divorce lawyer says we're in a strong position. No kids. No shared debt. House is under my name. The more she rants, the worse she looks on paper. But something tells me she's not done yet. She showed up at my work. In the middle of the day. No warning, just walked into the lobby like she still belonged in my life. Security called me. I came down thinking she'd cause a scene. She didn't scream this time. She cried. Tears, mascara running, all of it. I need to talk to you, she said. It's important. I didn't want to hear it. I told her to email my lawyer. Then she dropped it. I'm pregnant. Silence. I think it's yours. I laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was insane. I asked her when she found out. She said a few days ago. But when I pressed her for more details, she got cagey. Said she wasn't sure and started talking about wanting to fix things, that this could be our second chance. I told her flat out. If it's mine, I'll take responsibility. But we are done. No second chances. No reconciliation. Then I asked. Have you told Jason? She flinched. No. It's probably not his. Probably. I walked away. I couldn't even process it in the moment. My head's still spinning. Later that night, I booked a paternity test with a private clinic. I sent her the info. I told her if she wants to claim it's mine, we do it by the book. You want honesty? I don't think it's mine. I think she's trying to trap me. But if it is, that changes everything. Not for us. But for the kid. Now I'm stuck in limbo. Waiting for truth. Again. First off, the paternity test. Emily actually agreed to take it, which surprised me. I think she really thought I'd cave emotionally and beg for her back. Not a chance. Results came in yesterday. The child is not mine. 0%. Not even close. I stared at the paper in disbelief, not because I wanted it to be mine, but because part of me still thought she might be telling some version of the truth. She wasn't. So I sent her the results. She didn't reply for hours. Then, finally, she sent a single line. It was a mistake. Yeah. No kidding. But here's the real kicker. Jason showed up. At my house. This guy has the audacity to knock on my door like we're old pals. I opened it, ready to punch him. But what he said made me pause. I just wanted to say I'm sorry, he said. She lied to me, too. Turns out Emily told him I was abusive, that I didn't let her leave the marriage. That I was threatening her. She told him she was done with me, that the house was half hers, and they were going to move in together after the divorce. She even said I knew about the pregnancy and was supportive. Jason looked genuinely shaken. Said she's been spiraling, love bombing, then ghosting. Manipulating him just like she did me. I asked him why he came to me. She told me the baby might be mine. I'm not ready to be a dad. I don't even think she is. I don't know what's real anymore. Welcome to my world, Jason. I told him to stay away from me and my life. Whatever mess he got himself into now, that's on him. He left quietly. No argument. Just a hollow good luck, man. Emily? I haven't heard from her since. But I know it's not over. Not yet. I came home from work today and found a letter taped to my front door. Temporary restraining order. Filed by Emily. She claims I've been harassing and stalking her, that I've threatened her safety, and that she fears for her well-being. The document says I'm not allowed to come within 500 feet of her or contact her directly. I was stunned. I haven't texted her. Haven't called. Haven't even mentioned her name to mutual friends. Everything's gone through my lawyer. I've been nothing but civil. But here's the kicker, my lawyer called me right after and said this is probably a stunt. He's seen it before, some people file restraining orders as a preemptive strike to influence divorce proceedings. Make themselves look like victims to get leverage in court. It's not just disgusting. It's dangerous. She's trying to rewrite the story, turn herself into the abused wife and me into the villain. Luckily, I've got timestamps, emails, security camera footage, and the paternity test. Everything contradicts her lies. My lawyer already filed for a court hearing to get the restraining order tossed. But the emotional toll? Heavy. She's not trying to save the marriage anymore. She's trying to destroy me for not crawling back to her. I'm exhausted. But I'm not broken. She messed with the wrong person. Today was the court hearing for the restraining order. I walked in calm. I had my lawyer. I had receipts. But I'll admit, I was still nervous. Emily was there already, all dressed in white like some tragic character from a soap opera. Jason wasn't with her. Not surprising. He's probably finally seeing her for who she is. She gave her statement first. Tears. Trembling voice. Said I followed her, that I was obsessively jealous, that I threatened to ruin her life if she left me. She claimed I monitored her phone and showed up places uninvited. The judge listened quietly. Then it was our turn. My lawyer brought the facts. The Ring doorbell recording of her showing up at my house screaming. The paternity test showing the child isn't mine. The text thread where she said, "I'll ruin your life if you divorce me." Screenshots from mutual friends who confirmed she'd been lying about Lila and trying to manipulate them. Security footage from my work the day she showed up just to talk. When we were done, the judge asked Emily if she had any proof to support her claims. She couldn't answer. Just sat there with tears drying on her face. The judge didn't need more time. Restraining order dismissed. Then came the divorce ruling. It's official. I keep the house. No spousal support. No shared assets. She walked away with nothing but her name. She glared at me as the judge finalized everything. Not a word. Just cold, bitter silence. But me? I walked out free. No more lies. No more chaos. No more Emily. It's over.